Good evening, dear friends. And I also want to wish you a pleasant meal. For everyone who's eating right now, don't stop, don't worry, don't be afraid. In my hands, for those who don't know, especially if you were born after 2000, this book is called, it's like on your phone, but you have to flip the pages like this. If you do it like this, it doesn't work. So here you get this kind of analog thing. And today we're going to use it to restore your vision. But don't be afraid, don't worry, there's no need to get upset. You can do the same thing using your phone. You can also open any text on your phone. You can open your favorite book or any text really. Let's say you can even take a deodorant, not a deodorant, but an air freshener in the bathroom. There's text on the back as well, which you can use. Here it is. It's a joke. Have you heard it? No. Ha ha ha, in the store. One guy picked it up, started reading, and reflexively, well, he went too. All right, let's not get distracted. So, friends, as is known to science today, inside our eye, we have the ciliary muscle, also known as the ciliary body, which changes the curvature of the lens. Because of this, we get a clear image on our retina. Also, outside the eye, we have extraocular muscles that allow our eye to make numerous movements at different angles. We can do this without any limitations. But this ciliary muscle, by changing the curvature of the lens, was not originally prepared for the fact that the lens, as it turns out, increases in size and grows throughout life. So, ophthalmologists tell us that the lens grows throughout life. What do we say to that? We believe and agree with them. If it grows, it grows. So what should we do? We need to make this muscle stronger, because what do they tell us? If the lens gets bigger, it loses its elasticity, and the muscle isn't strong enough to change its curvature. And what develops is farsightedness. You can't see objects up close without glasses anymore, so you'll have to get special reading glasses with a plus prescription. And that's why, for those who don't want to use glasses, I suggest this exercise. It's for prevention. We will use with you. Here's a unique chin muscle relaxation exercise I found by accident. See the picture. But we will use text to train this muscle. And so, what we will train once again, we will train with you the ciliary muscle to increase the elasticity of your lens. And also for those who are nearsighted, this will also help you. I won't leave you out. I'll show you what to do as well, not just those who are farsighted. So, let's start with the text. Let's say we take something, maybe something a bit more cheerful, for example, complaints. Complaints, how to collect complaints, pain as the main complaint. So let's say we take, for example, pain as the main complaint. This line, or we can even take just one, just the word pain. It actually lifts your mood, right? Pain, we take, and now. Or an increase, more, let's say, yes, already inspires optimism. And let's say, what do we do now? We start to get closer. Here I am, focused my gaze on the word pain. Of course, there are many viewers with a sensitive, soulful nature who will say, if we focus on pain, then we will subconsciously program ourselves for negative emotions in the form of pain. So you can find something else, for example, but more pessimistic, like hearing loss. Hearing loss. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. It can be any text. It won't affect you in any way negatively. Here's a head movement, let's say. So I've chosen it, and now with my head, here are the words I have. Now I move it away at a distance, a certain distance. Let's say I have farsightedness, right? And here I can't see well, right here. But as I start moving it away, I see it more clearly. I see this word more sharply, or several words. And now I start moving it a bit closer to the distance where the letters start to blur a little, but I can still read them. I bring it to that distance, hold it for a second or two, then move it back to a clearer image, move it away, and then again, bring it closer to myself, farther away, closer to myself, farther away, and there it is, that forgotten feeling. Remember when you trained a muscle during PE class, or if you've ever done it in your life, let's say your biceps. Have you ever tried or seen in movies how people train their biceps? Like this, you see the muscles bend and straighten the arm, so the muscle tenses and relaxes. Something similar is happening right now with these muscles here. And at the same time, your lens changes its curvature. Just imagine if it compresses and decompresses like this. These are muscles. Here they are, and when they tense up, they surround the lens and squeeze it, and stretch it. It's exactly like that, like a video showing this squeezing action. It squeezes, stretches, and little by little, day by day, it gradually restores its elasticity for you. So, once again, I brought it closer, reached the distance where the blurry letters start to merge and fade. Held it for a second or two, moved it back until the image was clear, brought it closer again, moved it back again, brought it closer, moved it back. The first exercise, that was it. The second exercise, look, it's the same thing. I find a word, let's say, well, one, and the same, so that it's not, let's do the next one. Around the circle, for example, dizziness. Now what I do is I hold it. I bring it to a distance where it becomes a bit blurry. I can still read it, but just barely. The letters start merging and switching places in some areas. So what do I do now? Up. I make a movement, but I keep looking at this word. Now down, 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 down. But I keep looking, and I also make sure that it gets a little blurry, up again. I don't take my eyes off that word I'm looking at. Don't take my eyes off the letters. If it has already become clearer for me, what do? I bring it closer and again move it up, down, down, down. Well, who here is farsighted? You'll have to hold it farther away with that. If your farsightedness is strong and you have to hold it very far away, but you can't see in the distance either, then try to find bigger letters. Now, that was up and down. The movement now, right and left here, like this. So, for example, I look here, I move this way, I move that way, without taking my eyes off. See, like this. There, and all the time I'm looking at the same word. But I do it so that it gets a little blurry. Not clear, but I still have to see it. And gradually, as it becomes clearer, what do? I move it closer, closer and closer. That is, as the word becomes clearer, I move it closer. When it gets clear, I move it closer again. Up to what distance? Well, up to the distance you need, to the distance where you want to see clearly. That's the distance you should train for. Then again, after that, do it back and forth, back and forth. The key point of this exercise is that you need to do it with the best possible light. The thing is, this ciliary muscle has several types of fibers, and the fibers that are activated are the ones that work when we look at something up close. It's easier for them to work when the lighting is good. But if you need to improve your distance vision, It's actually better to train in dimmer lighting. Notice that when you're training for distance, in this kind of semi-dim light, after you train in such not very good lighting, you'll see much better in brighter light. But now, when we're training our lenses for close-up work, you need the lighting to be as good as possible. So, friends, what did we have? So, forward, backward, right, left, and now the next exercise. We found the next word. Ibuchtak. Also something uplifting. Let's pick something like that. I'll take a bigger one, a word with a few more letters. Fasciotomy. That's the word. So, the next training session. Let's watch. And now turn your head to one side without taking your eyes off the other direction. To one side, to the other, to one side, to the other. Do 10 to 15 repetitions. But at the same time, find that position where everything gets a little blurry. And in this position, we start moving right, left, right, left. Look up, down, up, down. Now, while continuing to move your head, start moving forward and bringing it closer to you. And then moving it away and bringing it closer again. But this might be difficult, but you'll manage gradually. Here. And the same thing. Here you have the up and down movement. And the same thing here. You bring it closer to yourself and move it away. Bring it closer until things get a bit blurry and then move it away. So this is the next exercise. Here you have the text in front of you, but at the same time you move your head right and left, also moving it closer and farther away. That's it. So, my friends, if you do it, if you can make yourself do it, because of course all of you are waiting for results. After the first workouts, you want to throw away your glasses right away. But you need to at least do it for a couple of weeks, train a bit. But after each session, after each of your workouts, you will notice how much clearer the image has become. And most importantly, after this workout, you will feel something inside your eye relax. The tension you felt inside your eyeball will decrease. It's quite a pleasant sensation, I think. If you want to experience it, try it too. How does this happen? Because your muscle will finally work properly and the lens will finally start to move a little bit like this, with a slight crunching sound. It's a bit like this for you. A little bit stiff in there. And now it will gradually become more elastic. Well, friends, if you liked it, don't hold back. Express your positive emotions as much as possible in the comments. And if not, then also write why. Although who cares about that? Nobody knows. But don't keep your thoughts to yourself. Tell us what you didn't like. We play sports and help our parents. That's all until the next show.